What's up, everyone? I finally got a battery for my camera, so I am super excited that I could be making more professional quality YouTube videos. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about booking a tour. A lot of indie artists ask me for advice. I went on my first tour when I was 15 or 16, and I booked it myself. It took a lot of emails. I didn't have as big of a fan base as I do now, so I had to find venues that had more of a built-in fan base, and I did a little East Coast tour to start out. When I was 20, I went on a 30-day national tour that did pretty well, mostly house shows, so they were smaller shows, but the tour did really well. And I've been touring ever since. I just got off of a tour this end of summer, fall, and it went really well. So I wanted to share the things that I've learned along the way, so I'm going to make a few videos about this. My first advice is to survey your fan base. You could ask in an Instagram post, hey, where would you like to see me play? And see, like, are there places where people are writing the same city over and over again? If there are, like, maybe those are cities where you have a bigger fan base. Also look on Spotify, see the cities that have a big fan base for you. Look on Spotify for artists page so that you could see all the cities where people are listening to your music. Like, if no one's listening to your music in Denver, Colorado, you probably shouldn't go to Denver, Colorado unless you're playing a show with a built-in audience. It's where you can make fans. A lot of venues, when you're an indie artist, you have to sell tickets, or you have to do a split with the venue. You need like a certain amount of people to be able to make money. So you definitely want to book in places where you think you have a fan base, because if you don't have a fan base and you need to make like $200 for this venue, or they can't pay their overhead costs, then you're going to be losing money on the tour. And touring is extremely expensive. You need to eat 2 to 3 meals a day. You need gas. If something happens to the car or the van, you need to deal with that. You need to have money to deal with that. Sometimes, like, you can't find anywhere to sleep, to crash, and maybe the car's not big enough, the van's not big enough for everyone, and you need good night sleeps on tour. I've slept in the car a few times. It kind of messes up the tour a little bit. So sometimes you might need to get a motel or a hotel if you can't find a place, or even like a camping ground or something like that. So that's also something, like, expenses that people don't consider, because sleeping is super important on tour. You don't get much of it, so the little sleep that you do get, cherish it. So find where your fan base is, survey your Facebook, your Instagram, and find where your fan base is. Those are the cities you should aim for. Next, you're gonna draw a map, do what's logical. The past couple years I've been doing like a West Coast tour, and I will do like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento, Ashland, Medford, Oregon area, and Portland, and sometimes Seattle, and then routing it so it comes down. And I've learned that, like, if you go in a full circle, it helps, because if you just like go all the way up to Seattle and then you have to get all the way back to Los Angeles, you're paying for hotels and gas to get all the way back, because you're not playing shows, you're not making money. It's really difficult to do that. So a circle works best. Look for venues that have guarantees. Submit to festivals and stuff like that, so that maybe you could get a guarantee, because one show, like one high-paying show, could like be the lifesaver to your entire tour. Maybe do that first and then route the tour around that. That's what has worked for me. Sometimes, I get a big show and then I'm like, all right, you know what, let me go on tour and I'll book a tour around this, and it will work, because touring is super, super expensive. Okay, the other thing is you have to promote. Like, if you're an opening act, or if you're especially the headliner, everyone needs to promote. Like, it kind of sucks when you're a touring artist and you're the only one that brings people to the show, and all the local artists literally didn't bring one person. Like, that, like, kind of sucks. Like, it's like, come on, like, promote. So you need to promote. Like, invest in Facebook ads if you can, Instagram ads, engage with your audience. You need to promote as much as you can, because you want people to show up, and you want to be invited back. Like, if you're an opening artist and a touring artist comes through and you have you pull a big fan base, that touring artist might want to take you on tour for their next tour, because they see that you have a good fan base, people are coming out to the show, and maybe you have that fan base around the country. So definitely promote and show, you know, it's an opportunity that you shouldn't take for granted. If you're a headlining artist, you definitely need to promote as well. The other thing that I learned is doing giveaways super helps as well. It gets people to interact with you. It gets you to build a bigger fan base and a more connected fan base. I think music is like a super great connector, and I think that like if you're giving away stuff and you get to shake people's hands and you get to like meet your fans, it's a super magical thing. I'm always, if I'm not on stage or doing something backstage or preparing in some way, I'm always at my merch table because I love to connect with my fans. I think it's like a super special thing. Like, I remember a lot of the interactions I have with my fans, and it fuels me. It makes me want to keep going. It makes me want to tour more. It makes me more driven and dedicated. And it also like is really nice for the fans as well. So like it's a mutual thing. I think it's equal, and I think like, you know, get people to come to your table and get people to meet you. And also, you need to sell merch on tour. If you're going on tour and you don't have merch, you probably are not going to make enough money to survive the tour. So make sure you have enough merch to last your entire tour. Make sure every venue that you book at allows you to have a merch table and allows you to set up and allows you to keep your profits, because a lot of venues actually won't let you set up your table, which is stupid in my opinion. But so make sure that they will allow you to. All right. That's all for now. I hope to tour again in 2020, and I hope to see you at a show sometime. All right, peace.